Friends, after all the death and destruction that accompanied Noah's flood, God had said, "Never again will all life be cut off by the waters of a flood. Never again will there be a flood to destroy the earth. I have set my rainbow in the clouds, and it will be a sign of the covenant between me and the earth." Meaning, no matter what happens, he will never use water to destroy the earth once again. So, what do you think was God's new mode of punishing the wicked when a situation demanded it? Well, he used fire from the sky. In fact, it is nothing but burning chunks of sulfur raining down from the sky. Early on, we see the evidences of it among the ruins of Sodom and Gomorrah. Now, these ruins are more than 4,000 years old, and yet one can still find unburnt pieces of sulfur on the site, which burns blue when lit, like you see here. Then there were many other instances in history of this fire from the sky. Here's one. There was an ancient Syrian village called Abu Huraira along the river Euphrates. At that site, archaeologists came across glass spheres of molten soil, nano diamonds, and melted iron and sulfur-rich samples. In this case, the sulfur is the giveaway to consider if something like Sodom and Gomorrah occurred here as well. But the scientists said that a passing comet had exploded here and it was an air burst. However, delving a little deeper into this theory shows us that the people of Abu Huraira also belong to the same group of people who inhabited Sodom, whom the historians call the Natufians. Then there was Minoan civilization of the island Crete. These people were colorful, fun-loving, and affluent, but God was not their priority. They were also practicing bestiality. They had a half-human and half-bull pet minotaur to which they used to sacrifice humans. So this was also destroyed. In spite of it being on the seashore, fire was involved in its destruction here as well, the details of which are quite vague. The next on our list is the landmass that used to stretch south into the Indian Ocean from the southern tip of India, named Kumarikandam. Until recent days, the claim was that the sea swallowed up that land, until a researcher named Orissa Balu pointed out from an ancient Tamil literature called Silapadikaram that it was also a fiery dot from the sky that finished off Kumarikandam. Moreover, in the post-flood world, when Lucifer tried to outsmart Yahweh God, Yahweh turned certain parts of the world into deserts, just like what he did in Arabia and in Sahara. He stopped the trade winds, which would have prospered such regions. He made the Persian Gulf to retreat by more than 150 kilometers when people intentionally abandoned him and started worshipping the deities of the abyss like Enki and Inanna in cities like Eridu and Nippur. And finally, I believe that the post-flood dinosaur colonies were tackled by turning their habitats into deserts, and thus Lucifer's attempt to create chaos once again on the earth was foiled. By the way, here I would like to point out that contrary to the modern belief that the dinosaurs died hit by some fiery comets, we don't find any signs of charring in all the dinosaur fossils that we are digging out today. Thanks for watching.